Hi guys, and welcome back to Sports Game World HD. Today I'm going to bring you another episode of the Gloucester City Blue Square North to the Premiership Challenge Series. We are now in League 2 after our promotion last season from the Blue Square Bet Premier. Today we're going to look at the transfers, fixtures, league table and a couple of the key players for this upcoming season. It's all pretty standard stuff now, you guys know what I'm going to be showing, so let's just dive straight on into it. First of all, the transfers, and as you can see, we didn't bring in many players at all, just the 4 players came in. These were Jonathan Obika, Ruben Lemerias, Giancarlo Galfico, Joe Anderson. I can say Joe Anderson. There we go, I signed 4 players, and the players that were to leave of note were Munir El Hamia, I think that's how you say it again. Who else was important that left? Martin Riley, Shea McCartan was a good player. George Lloyd was a good player who inherited at the club. A couple of players left. All these players left just to free up some wage space for the incoming new players. As you can see, Jonathan Obika has got some really good stats, finishing of 13, first touch 13, composure of 12. He's not very quick. I will get that pace up with his training. I've got him on high workload on improving his quickness, etc., etc. So he'll become a bit of a tank. As you can see, he's already played 2 games, 1 bench appearance, 2 goals, and got an average rating of 7.47. So he started like a house on fire. So he's just an awesome player. I believe he was previously at Tottenham. Here's my new Portuguese winger. He's got a crossing of 13, dribbling of 13, technique 14, work rate 13, flair 13, fairly quick, good natural fitness, good jumping, so he can get under the high ball, or get up to the high ball, as the case may be. But he's just a really good player. Again, capped at under 19 level for Portugal's national team. So hopefully he may actually go on to become a national team player in the future. Who knows? Not even going to try and say this guy's name. My Australian under 21 international defender, tackling of 13, marking 14, heading 14, jumping of 11, which isn't great, and he's decent pace, 11 on both pace and acceleration. Good teamwork, 17. Good positioning of 13, which is important. 13 decisions as well, so he makes the right calls at the right time. 6 games played so far for him, 2 goals. We can already score goals. We're exploiting the corner glitch with him. 1 man of the match, average rating of 7.13. So he's looked like a bit of a sound buy so far. Finally, Joe Anderson, my new left back. The reason I brought him in is because Liskov isn't very fantastic, so he's not going to be reliable at this level. Seen as I did bring him in League, the Blue Square North, so it's not, it's highly unlikely he'll be any good at League 2 level, so that's understandable. But this guy's alright. He's got a tackling of 10, which I'm going to try and work on a lot in his training. Passing of 14, so seen as my fullbacks do actually tend to get a lot of my most passes on my tactics, so that's quite important. Free kick taking 14, which is always handy to have. Crossing 12, so when he gets up the wings, he can get a good ball in. Anticipation of 13, which is handy to have for a defender. Off the ball 11. To be honest, his defensive stats in terms of his tackling, marking, heading, positioning, composure are all terrible. I'm not going to lie, they're all terrible. But hopefully he'll be good offensively and support the wingers and support the strikers, etc. on our attacking moves. So that's what I'm looking for him to be doing. On to the fixtures, and of course we start with the pre-season friendlies, and we played just the 3 this year. Chose not to play any big teams for revenue, but because I didn't want to ruin our morale, and I was concentrating on bringing in a couple of players. We were quite disappointing in terms of transfers. I was hoping to get a lot more quality players in, but we just couldn't afford them. So that's a little bit disappointing, but we have to move on. But we played Redditch, AFC Telford and Solihull Moors in pre-season, beating them 5-0, 2-1 and 4-0, all away from home, so thrashed them all. Well, other than the AFC Telford, but we thrashed them the other 2, and just won all the games, keep them around nice and high, fitness up, etc. So that's all good. You can see our overall form so far. We started off the league season against Rochdale, losing 1-0, which isn't too bad considering that we are new to the league and they are an experienced now at this level team. So to only lose 1-0 away from home was not too disappointing. I did play with a counter-attacking formation, I believe, so wasn't too disheartened at that one. Then we went to play Leicester City in the Capital One Cup. And again, we lost 2-0, with Gurlem and Martin Waghorn scoring their goals. 59% possession, they battered us. So we had 7 shots, none on target, which just shows a testament to we had the little possession we had, we couldn't do anything with it to get us into a good shooting position. So no shots were on target. We were outclassed, but to lose 2-0 to a championship team, a team that spent a lot of money, hopefully, because I'm a Leicester fan, hopefully they're going to get to the Premier League. So this isn't too bad, losing 2-0 to Leicester, I guess. But from then on, our form started to pick up. We drew 2-2 with Northampton at home, which was a really good result. Obviously, our first points in the Football League. Then we played Port Vale, and we thrashed them 4-0. This was away from home, so it was even better. Jonathan Abika got 2 goals. Marlon Jackson, the old warhorse that he is, got a goal. William Ikong got another goal for us as well. Joe Anderson got booked and injured, so not a great game for him. 8 shots, 4 on target, 52% possession. 3 goals came in the second half. As you can see, the score at half-time was just 1-0. So we turned it on in the second half and outclassed them completely. So that was a really awesome result. And then a completely crazy game against Southend. We drew 3-3 with them. Richie Berilotte, I'm terrible at pronouncing names, he scored. Reese Waba got an own goal for us, and Sebastian Cairo got a goal. For them, goals came from Bobby Grant, Freddie Eastwood, and my Australian centre-back, whose name I'm not going to try and pronounce, scored an own goal. So 2-2 really, if you think about it, if you get rid of the own goals, so 2 is each. So it's quite a fair result. 9 shots, 5 on target, 60% possession. 3,000 fans turned up. I believe that's one of our biggest crowds, certainly in the league. So that was awesome. But as you can see, I mean, we were 2-1 down. 2-1 down until the 80th minute or 82nd minute, and then we got 2 goals, draw things up 3-3. So that was really encouraging to see that the players just kept working, kept trying hard, and fighting for the cause. And then we went on to kicked on to go and beat AFC Wimbledon 2-1. Now a team who have been in the Football League now in my time for a couple of years, in my game time that is. Beat them 2-1, which was always positive. Picked up another win, so we've so far won 2 games on the road and drawn 2 home games. Of course, we've lost a away game, first game of the season, but so far so good. Now got a game against Torquay in the Johnston's Paint Trophy first round, so again another first for the club, never played in the competition. With regards to the league table, so far so good. Sitting in the playoffs, sitting in 7th. 5 games played, 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 11 goals scored, 7 conceded, so that's a little high. 4 goals, goal difference, 8 points for sitting on. So we're currently 4 points off the top, which is awesome, I guess. And with regards to relegation, where we're supposed to be finishing, we are 6 points deficit. So it's all very tight at the moment, but we are at the right end of the table, above Portsmouth, which is amazing. And above some really good teams, actually, if you think about it, like Bristol Rovers, Oldham, Shrewsbury are pretty decent, Hartlepool, who else? Fleetwood, I guess. I think they got relegated last season to this division, so a lot of good teams we're above at the moment, so far so good. Hopefully we can kick on and hopefully get a promotion spot this season. It's just an overall shot of my squad. I've got the likes of Sam Walker, of course, my first choice goalkeeper, still in the squad. Billy Tozofilos is going to be a superstar player this season, alongside the other Australian defender, whose name I'm not going to say. Who else is going to be an amazing player this season, who is key player? Lemisha Masunda, of course, Marlon Jackson, Jonathan Abika, Victor Zapata Casado, of course, these guys are scoring the goals for us. But we've got a really small squad, as you can see, it's not very big at all. With regards to the wages, we currently have £293 a week to spend, so I can still bring in a couple of players. I can get a couple of players for that. So if we do need to reinforce the squad a little bit, I can look to do that in the future. But we'll see. We'll see if we need it. I mean, at the moment, sitting in 7th, we don't actually need to reinforce the squad at all. Everything's fine and dandy. But that'll do for this episode. Leave a like for the positive start to the season, sitting in 7th in League 2, and I'll see you guys.